Hey, what's going on, guys? It's MrSlickWillyz back with another very exciting Fortnite Creative tutorial. And today what I wanted to talk to you about was how to make a more seamless edge using the cliff or cement wall galleries in Fortnite Creative. So let's just go ahead and throw down some of these prefabs and get started. So the first thing you'll notice is that when you grab, say, one of these cement walls, this is an easy one, and you go ahead and you set it down and start assembling, you'll notice immediately, like right here, where the edges just aren't meeting up seamlessly as they should, and I've just found a lot of people have been getting stumped with exactly what's happening here and why they're not getting a seamless edge. So the issue that's happening here is that they're off because of the anchor points of these two elements, and what I mean by that is that this floor, you would think that the anchor point would be at the bottom of the piece so that it fits well with the grid, but for some reason that's not how Fortnite put it together. What they actually did is they set the anchor point directly in the center of the floors, and so when you're putting them together here, you'll notice you're seeing some overlap here. It's kind of hard to tell, but these elements are actually overlapping if you're just, say, working on a 2-grid system. So what you're going to need to do here is you're going to need to turn on drops. So turn drops to on, and after you've placed them, you'll notice your wall raises up just enough so that the edges can now be seamless. And just like that, your edges are gone. So for the concrete walls, it's actually a pretty easy fix. However, it gets a little bit more complicated when you start working with the cliff galleries, as there's a little bit of a lip on the walls that you use to help keep it looking seamless while working vertically with those. And so what I'm using is this little piece found in the same gallery, and then I resize it up on a 16 grid so that these edges can align perfectly. So really quickly, we're just going to put together a little array here of these pieces to see how this will look when all put together. And as you can see, it's definitely a good alternative. However, you might still want to be able to use these floor pieces, and again, you put them together and you'll see you've got that edge. So the goal here is to try to feather out when using these pieces so that it still works and looks nice. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to start moving these back so that we have a little bit of room to work with. And what we're going to try to do is create a feather technique using those same elements we used before, but just moving them up a little bit. This is a little bit more of a pain than the last thing I showed you, but the results pay off. So what I did is I took it off the grid and just moved it up very slightly. But I'm sure you can imagine repeating this over and over while building is going to be a pain. So let's just go ahead and stretch the piece out a little bit so that it has some good overlap. So using the multi-select tool and placing a floor first, we're just going to go ahead and copy those elements and then just repeat them on over. That way there's no mess, no fuss. It's just an easy copy and paste. And as you can see, it looks really nice. It's feathered out really well. However, the only tiny issue we have now is just trying to get rid of that hard line where there's actual grass and just a grass texture. So using the Kevin's Cube, make sure you grab the right element here. You don't want to get the piece that actually has a floor on it. You want to get the grass piece that's just grass by itself. And you can find it right there on that corner. It's kind of hard to find, but switching back over to the 2-grid, I'm able to just, again, set another array of these pieces right there next to the actual floor pieces, and boom, blended really well. And then just grabbing, again, a small little corner piece, we can feather out these edges here where the floors meet the wall, and perfect. I mean, it's done. It looks great. You can't see any lines. And so that's my technique for how to create a more seamless feathered edge look using the concrete walls or the floor and cliff galleries. So let me know if you have any questions. If you have any comments, go ahead and leave them down below, and I'll try to answer all of them the best I can, and hopefully this was helpful for you. So again, thanks for watching and have a good one.